Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to this quick video on Bitcoin versus Ethereum. And I wanted to make this video for a while because it seems like in the battle and in the midst of comparing both of these coins with each other, it seems like a lot of people simply don't get what they mean and what they're meant for. So in this video, I will run you through the comparison. Now, who is this guy? Well, I discovered crypto in 2016. I drowned in the abundance of info and my own trial and error. I went from paycheck to making over $1.5 million with crypto at the age of 25. And I even helped over 120 plus people to do the same and moved to the city of Dubai to live there. Now, often I hear this, people saying, I play the long-term game in Bitcoin and in Ethereum. Now, truth to be told, just for your information here, let me quickly annotate some of these outcomes. If Bitcoin goes from 57K, right, to 100K, that would be a multiplier of 1.7x. It's nothing in crypto. It's really peanuts. Same with Ethereum. If it goes from 3.2K to 10K, that would be a 3.1x. Nothing special. I've been able to get my students, and all of these results that you see in this annotation here are all bear market results. So these are some of the people that I was able to help. If you look, TC went from $25,000 with us to over $1.5 million. He did a 60x. I'm not going to read through all of them. You're smart enough to hit the pause button, but as you see, 60x, 15x, 2x, 1,800 euros to 30,000, which was like a 10x initially because he took like 1,800 to a 3,000, and then he took that 3,000 euros to a 10,000. So it's more to a 30,000. So it's more than a 10x. But essentially, he had a 2x and then he did a 10x on top. All of this during a bear market. Tripled his wallet, managed to get 1,700 euro in his first month, turned $680 into 7,900, 6x return on investments. Real people with real results in a bear market. So really stop having that utopic vision of the main coins being that way out in a cycle, whether it's a bear cycle like the one I just mentioned or a bull cycle like the one we're in. You just gotta be cautious. So looking at Bitcoin and looking at the hardware mining that goes hand in hand with what Bitcoin is. Look, the design of Bitcoin was to be a digital currency to replace traditional finance. So the function of a Bitcoin is a store of value as well as a medium of exchange. It's similar to what a dollar is, it's similar to what a euro is, and it's a store of value, essentially. Now, in its similarity to traditional currency, it carries along the same inflation on a different level. And a lot of people are not aware of this. Look, there has been a native SegWit update where the block limit went from 1 megabyte to over 1.4. If they do something like that through a native SegWit update, you could state that there was a 40% throughput increase on Bitcoin, which is inflation. If you think Bitcoin has no inflation, look at the inflation per annum. You can see the inflation, and despite the fact that it's going down, it's still an inflationary asset, and it's more than just that. If you think it's not rigged and it's not like centralized or decentralized, well, just look at this. Over 12 years, 2,000 addresses have accumulated over 42% of all Bitcoin, of which Satoshi holds a whopping 5%. If you think that's not a lot of money, just do the calculation on the current market cap and look at what that would look like. New Bitcoin miners, in this case, will always beat old miners because they have more like competitive advantages based on technology, and they also consume as much as a medium-sized country, which means that it's more a proof of waste than a proof of mining scenario. You just know that you're gonna waste energy, and even though fractional like energy comes from new, up-to-date, like green solutions and all that stuff, still it takes some to make some, and it takes a lot. 99% of all the time where you would consider to even go to like a mining agency around Bitcoin and you would get a device with them and you would start mining Bitcoins with them, 99% of the time, a market buy would be more competitive. Just let that sink in. Retail usage, for example, Pizza Hut, all these other commercialized entities try to use it in retail. Chain got a congestion, which is same like a traffic jam on a blockchain. There's a lot of people waiting, and there you go. We're all standing still. Network is not capable of processing these transactions. With that being said, it has a spaghetti code. The first application on top of Bitcoin was a poker application. And if you want to onboard a developer to make it better, it would take 9 months for you to get him on because of this code that is just like one big chaos. If you want a new miner, you're automatically going for a ASIC miner, right? Which is going to come along with bad support, long shipping, price dumps, high difficulty, which means it's hard to make new Bitcoin. And Europe almost made proof of work illegal. Ethereum, on the other hand, would have a kill switch. Right? A kill switch would be a consensus mechanism, a way of validating transactions that would immediately be able to be switched on as a matter of having that regulatory resilience. Now, the design of Ethereum is more a deflationary kind of solution where supply goes down and value goes up. You will see that it has a small cap, while the altcoins on top of there, coins different than Bitcoin, are called alternative coins or altcoins as an abbreviation. They have a small cap some of the times, which is great. And then it has something called tokenomics. I'm a lover of tokenomics. It's like economics on a blockchain where there's custom sets of rules that allow a certain token to function in a way like it's programmed, such as generating yield, burning, all that stuff, which is under the functions as well. And obviously, if you want to call that on a decentralized application or on a token, you would need a dApp, which is, like I mentioned here, a decentralized application. So it's like, a lot of people just hold these nonsense meme coins that don't have any utility at all. It's just being bought because it's a frog like Pepe or a dog or whatever. It's just being randomly bought because of hype, but it has no real use case. In this case, certain coins on the Ethereum chain have an actual use case or a tokenomic built in it that you can call and use and interact with through a decentralized application. Now, the best thing is that Ethereum has built-in regulatory resilience, which means that kill switch, as I said, consensus mechanism switch that can happen in no time as a plan B to avoid having a ban in place. There's new features all the time, such as Hedgehog, where we're always saying like, yeah, Ethereum gas fees are on the high. Use Ethereum on a Sunday, you get rid of the gas fee issues. And truth to be told, with all these updates, like bundling transactions that Ethereum is doing at this point, it's fairly getting cheaper to be able to transact on that chain. So I don't think that gas fee thing, like argument, is really a thing. Then every major solution right now is built on top of Ethereum. There's a lot of things like Uniswap and all these other things that are just built on top of there that you can use. It's a way to mitigate attacks. So there is a built-in way. Sorry for this alarm. I'll just stop it. That was random. Then irrespective of market cap on Ethereum, there's also something great because Ethereum is irrespective of the market cap, which means just imagine there's a buy and burn contract with a couple of $1 million. If that starts burning, right, that's reducing the market cap, but that's increasing the value of what you hold. So a market cap on Ethereum project most of the times is completely irrelevant. Then virtual mining with a GPU is made possible, and actually that's being switched over to staking. A lot of applications allow staking or minting in a way where you can just like virtually lend out your money to the blockchain, and in return for giving that money the time it needs to grow, you get back a certain percentage. If we talk about minting, for example, supply would decrease because of that buy and burn function built on top of these projects, and therefore you would get back money. Same with staking. You would lend out your money to the blockchain for a little amount of time. You would get back an annual percentage yield or an APY. Now, there's also going to be a lower initial cost. It's going to be more energy efficient, and there's going to be reduced centralization. Because truth to be told, like a lot of these nodes on Bitcoin are owned by the same venture capitalists, which makes it a bit centralized. Well, very centralized. So, conclusion. Is Bitcoin bad? I don't think Bitcoin really is bad, but I don't think you should be in it for the long run. A lot of people are saying, well, Bitcoin, it's a better hedge against traditional inflation. And while that is true, because the inflation numbers are significantly lower, it's still not the best place to be at because of all these things we just mentioned. In general, Ethereum, therefore, is way better, way more future-oriented, and it allows you to make way more profit, even in a bear market, as you've seen. So I don't want you to chase hype. I want you to chase tokenomics, because if the entire economy falls down and at some point these central bank digital currencies kick in and we go all nuts into these control vehicles that are coming out as soon as they can, you will rethink your way of investing. You will not think about a shiny frog. You will not think about a shiny dog. You will think about your future and the future of those you love the most. And while tokenomics really align with that, there's something that aligns with that too, which is getting the right knowledge and the right guidance at the right time. And if you came to this video with that intention, I would actually love to invite you to scroll down right now, get to the description of the video, and go to the how to generate a DeFi passive income link or the call below to be able to get in touch with us. It allows you to get through some of the major insights that I've been able to gather in 8 years of trial and error that allowed me to make over $1.5 million by the age of 25, and that have even allowed me to replicate that same success to over 120 people. So there is simply no risk in booking your brainstorming session right now through one of these links. And if you have any questions, leave them down below this video. Leave a like, subscribe. And with that being said, guys, I see you in the next video. I hope you learned a lot and take care. Bye-bye.